These Guild Siege tournaments are just a formality at this point. On any given server, there's only a couple guilds that actually have a chance to get legend rank. For the rest of it, it's just trying to figure out who's rank 3 through rank 16. As you can see right here, there's only been 2 different guilds on global server that have ever gotten legend rank in Guild Siege. It's fairly similar on the other servers. Some of the other servers have as many as like 4 guilds that potentially could get legend at any given time. But that's besides the point. Today or maybe it's not besides the point. I don't know. Today we are doing the same thing we've done on at the end of every season in the Guild Siege Battle Tournament. We are taking a look at some of the, let's just get it started actually. We're going to take a look at some of the top level Guild Siege defenses, and we're going to see what we think of them. I'm trying to find a spot where we actually can see as many. Man, a lot of these are not available. I guess we'll just go from the beginning. That seems like, you know what? This seems like a good spot. All right, let's get it started. We have 4. We see some Odin Bastet Pernas. I'm gonna try to go fast because so generally 80% of the defenses are fairly similar. Oh, that's actually new. Well, maybe it's not new, but that's newish. The Noras. Did we see a lot of Noras last season? Actually, I guess you can't really see too much of this. Let's see if we open up any other defenses. Oh, got the Fire Mage after her buff, after Coco's buff, or her leader skill. Let's see if we can actually. Did I already click on this, or we're just getting a lot of twins again? Dominic's. Did we see a lot of Dominic's last season, or? I'm trying to remember when Dominic's buff was. I'm trying to remember who got buffed in the last balance patch. Let's take a look at some of these defenses. Okay, Kung Fu Girl. I forgot that the light Kung Fu Girl, or the Kung Fu Girls in general, got buffed in the last balance patch. All right, Twins defense. That's a different tower, but they could have just reused some of those defenses. That we saw last season. This, we have some more. I could be clicking on some of these again because I don't remember exactly. Some Dominic's. Okay, so I feel like we didn't see this many Dominic's last season. Was this since the last season? That was the Dominic buff. In betwixt, I think we just clicked on that again. In betwixt this season and last season. All right, so we see some Molong, Narshas, and Perna. We used to see back in the good old days. Back in the good old double mages. I did not think I was going to see that today. Okay, I mean well, never mind. I was just gonna remind everyone again that the Fire Mage got a new leader skill. I think we may have already seen some of these. Let's take a look at the ones on the ones on that side. Did we see? Okay, we're just seeing some more of these. Let's go on to the next one because we got a lot to look at. I don't want to take a super crazy long time looking at each one of these. I just want to see. Okay, so this is some more like. I feel like the light Kung Fu Girl is actually going to be the big winner from this season versus the last season. Like the big difference is just a lot, and Dominic's. Yeah, I don't remember seeing this many Dominic's last season. Now that I think about it, I got some defenses that are. We saw a lot of. I don't think we saw stuff like that. Is this the one we clicked on already? I should pay more attention to what we actually clicked on. Some twins. And let's see if we can see 1, 2, 3 over here, and let's see if we can see open up 3 and 8 at some point. All right, let's take a look at 3. Okay. I just want to see if there's anything. Oh, some more mages. Mages, Dominic's, and Light Kung Fu Girl. I just feel like Light Kung Fu Girl is going to be the absolute winner here. She's going to be the one that gets used the most. I feel it. Oh, this is. I don't know if I've seen this one before. Actually. The Gelnir Ophelia Theomars. Makes sense, though. Makes sense. But as I mentioned every one of these seasons, where are we, 7? I mentioned every one of these seasons that it's all about stacking the same or similar defense as many times as you possibly can. So, as similar as you can get, just to exhaust your opponent's supply of those defenses. That didn't make sense. Just to exhaust your opponent's supply of offenses that can actually hit those defenses. That's what I meant to say. Jeez Louise. What do we at? 6. Let's see, 2. Okay. And we'll take a look at 1. Let's see if we can see some of these. What do we have? These 4 in the middle. Let's see if we can get to a spot where we... Oh, we skipped. We skipped it. Close enough. I just want to see if we can see some of these middle defenses. Some more twins. Alright. We don't need to see every single thing on every single thing, because for the most part, it's going to be just the same defenses over and over and over again. But I just want to see, get a good... Hey, that's the first Clara today, isn't it? We got some Orions, some Light Kung Fu Girls. Which one were we on? We were on, okay. And some LD5s, of course. We're on 6. See some more Kinkies, although Kinky is less strong now. So I expect that I'm not doing the math between... Okay. Excuse me. I'm not doing the math between this season versus last season, tabulating which unit was used which percentage of times, but I would guesstimate that Kinky is used less now because of his... They didn't nerf him, they just changed the way crits work versus his passive. Is he can't get crit on except that something that lands a guaranteed crit is now going to crit on him. So, what do we have? 11? We're seeing quite a lot of Kinky still, though. You got the strip. So this is going to be speed tuned to do strips, then AoE defense breaks, and then nuke damage. What do we have? We are on... there's still quite a bit that we can't see. I wish we could see some of those. So we are seeing still a decent amount of Kinkies. I expected less. But Kinky still... Kinky can just get nerfed. Other things can get buffed. Kinky's still going to get used. Light Kung Fu. You know what we're not seeing very much is the Fire Sniper. So that might be an interesting eye-opener for some people. I am surprised that this... I'm surprised at this. Because you could just Lucian this. I mean, you know from hitting... Like, if you've been hitting Riley's with Lucian, you know that this has damage mitigation. You know that this has decreased damage from wind stacked in artifacts. But... I'm just surprised that this is, you know, get some fight runes on there. On that Lucian. Where are we? We're on, was this the one we saw? Yeah, this is the one. Okay, just so we just took a look at those again. I don't want to take I don't want to go so slow. I want to, like, try to do this a little bit, speedy, so... Just to give a good... Did we already look at this one? I feel like we... Well, it's Guild Siege. I would have expected the HP leader. Well, there you go. There's one HP leader. I would have expected the HP leader here. Because accuracy, you don't know if that's going to work. You don't know if it's going to not work. You don't know if they're just going to bring in shield. But, I mean, each one of these has a stripper, right? So, you got the strip, you got the AoE defense break, and then you have to randomly target something, right? So, between the strip and the defense break, something's going to get randomly targeted, and then the Dominic is going to violent proc 4, 5, 6, 7 times. What are we on? 7? Speaking of 7... Gonna proc all those times and kill something. what are we at? That was the other 11. So, some more Theomarses, some more Wind Bisons. Wind Bison is not new, though. Wind Bison was a thing for... Clicking on things that we can't even see. Wind Bison was a thing in the last... at least the last... Like, these defenses were in the last Siege tournament. And possibly the one before that, but don't quote me on that. Twins and Triana is brand new. Never seen that one before. All right. That's sarcasm, by the way. That's sarcasm. People are going to be like, what? How do you not... Have you never seen that team before? You're so stupid. I'm not denying that I'm stupid. I'm just wanted to make sure that everyone knew it was sarcasm. LOLs. All right, let's take a look at... Man, there's a lot of these we can't see. We could go scrub through and see some different... See different times. Try to... Yeah, there's actually quite a bit. There's actually quite a bit. Let's see if we can see these middle ones. At some point, we see another Odin Bastet. Yeah, there's a lot. That's oh my, the whole middle, the whole middle. Oh, did we just click on this? I think we just clicked on that. Oh, this is okay. So there's more. There's 6. There's 7. Both have the same defenses, which is what it should be. So this one doesn't have really a lot of sustain. Technically, it has a tiny bit of sustain, but not a lot of sustain. Let's see. Basically, all this stuff, if we can open this up. All right, cool. Oh, more of the same. It almost looks like we didn't open anything up. Yep, there we go, there we go, there we go. Did we see this one before? Possibly, I don't know. There's a whole bunch of those defenses. We did click on that, actually. Can we open up some of these other ones? Okay, let's see. Hey, we see Jubel. And let's go on to the next one. Let's not, well, actually, are we taking a look at some of them again? I think we're, yeah, we're actually, I just wanted to take a look at the third round, so we're actually now taking a look at the second round stuff. Oopsies. So let's go over to another server. Let's see if things are different on Europe server. Here we are now on the Europe server. Let's take a look at some of these defenses, see how much is different. I expect, oh, I was going to say I expect most of it to be the same. I didn't really expect to see the Fire Robo. I have Fire Robo in one of my defenses. It's been doing very bad. I thought I could do some interesting comp, but it didn't work. I thought I could catch people off guard. That's what it was. Didn't catch anybody off guard. Let's do this. Is this the same one? Hold on. Nope, different defense, but the same teams. Right? Okay. See Molong Mali X, where X equals either a wind unit or an LD unit. Tanky bruiser stuff. This is the same. This is the same defenses as the other. It's a different base, but it's the same defenses as the other one. Here is Fire Sniper. All right. And we see some face. Let's take a look at 11. Interesting to see El Sharion here. I actually think El Sharion is pretty cool. I think he's much more useful than people give him credit for, so it's nice to see him here. He's going to steal some buffs. He's going to do some damage, and there's two buff strippers. Remember, Molly, skill 1, strips a buff. Not on offense, just on defense. Strips all the buffs on defense, strips none of the buffs on offense. And then you have random targeter, and then you have he's going to do his blast damage, right? There we go. We are on circle 11, so let's take a look at 9. It's a lot of similar stuff, but that's just how it is every season, you know. If something works on one server, other servers are going to copy it. I'm not saying which server one works on one server or one works. It really doesn't matter. People take, you know, guilds take things from any server that works. So If it works on China's server, Global will take it. If it works on Europe server, Japan will take it, etc., etc. Where were we? I was too busy talking because I know people are going to complain about everything. I think, did we see? Oh, it is, no, it is the same defenses on 2 bases. Again, not surprising in the least, right? Because that's how you win. This is some light Kung Fu girls. Very nice. Let's take a look at, what are we on? We're not taking a look at the 4th round. It's just the same guilds as the 3rd round. So, unless we think things are going to be crazy and different. I mean, they do actually switch things up a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see if they switch things up a crazy... No. Not this defense. Molong Yenhong was... Oh my god. I just remember doing Guild 3. Guild 3? Doing G3 Siege. We accidentally got my first guild that I was in. Oh. I do think that this is a pretty cool... Especially because he's buffed to strip now here. With skill 2. But we accidentally made it to G3 Siege years and years and years ago with the first guild that I was in. And it wasn't a try-hard guild. That's why I was like trying. It's like, how did we get into G3? It was just a bunch of casual players. And it was just all Molong, Yenhong, and... What was the 3rd one? Molong, Yenhong, Perna? And this was before Yenhong nerfed. Before Molong and Yenhong both got nerfed. So, I think it was Molong Yenhong Perna. That used to be everywhere. So nasty. I like those little Sharions, though. This is new. Okay. Yeah, the twins. The LD twins with Geldnir. That I have not seen before. Let's take a look at 9. This is fairly standard stuff. What do we have for 11? Fairly standard. Bruisers, things that HP lead. HP and speed are the best lead. I say this every time we do one of these. HP and speed are the best ones, followed by basically like everything else. Resistance, defense, attack, etc., etc. Just wanted to pause and double check and make sure we didn't go over 9,000 of the same defenses yet again. So we see some wind, more Monties. Okay. I do like all the Monties being used because he does HP rebalancing, which is basically pure damage. And then also some strips, some random debuffs, crazy proc chance. We see some... Hey, Dark Cannon Girl. Although that's not very surprising. LDs are just very strong in general in this. Surprised to see... hold on. I don't remember if she actually got... Oh my goodness. That's the wording on this. Oh my god. I'm trying to remember if she got buffed. Yeah, the Karma did get buffed. So, because I was like, there's not a whole lot of strips here. But Karma did get buffed. Again, there's not strips here. So this does a lot of additional damage in artifacts. Also does attack power buff. Perna could just proc and proc. Perna does do a strip here. Removes one beneficial effect. I'm like, uh-oh, did he get unbuffed? What are we on? 6. Yeah, Perna does a Chara. There's another Fire Sniper. Some more Dark Dice Magicians. Some more Fart Masters. Let's take a look at, what are we on? Cardiac. Next one, Aftermath versus Limitless. Aftermath was Legends several times before. So we see some more Geldnir, Ophelia, and Theomars here, which we saw a little bit before. I'm surprised to not see more of these. This season, well, I did say, hey, it's Vayne. I don't remember. I got excited to see. I got excited to see Vayne. Yeah, we used to see more of those, the Iunus and the Kinkies, but that's just how it is. If people build a lot of counters to a specific comp, if it's being used a lot, people have a lot of counters to it, then it stops being used the next season. So, or it's used significantly less the next season. just because they know that the opponents already have a lot of counters to it, and they would rather run a more effective comp. Like Dominic, who's going to just ignore buffs. And I mean, he doesn't actually ignore buffs. It feels like he ignores buffs. Actually, those Dominic defenses, I wonder how many people... Hey, we see some more Monties. I wonder how many people have Chloe's built for some of these. Because Dominic can go through immunity, no problem, but he can't go through invincibility. So, where... Oh, here we go. Here's some more Unus and Kinkies. And Monties. We're on 10, right? Yeah. And some more Theomars. Sometimes crit lead. Sometimes not crit lead. I wonder if that's to bait out Lucians. The specifically not putting the HP lead, specifically going for the crit lead. They're like, no, we got crit damage Molly's. Like, oh wow, that's next level. Next level crit damage Molly's. Okay, so we got this instead of the Kinky. We see some Kinkies before. We see some Kinkies before in this, and now we see some Lumes. So, where are we? 5? Let's take a look. Oh, Dark Demon. But you could just bring, like, against this, you could just, since 2 units here have revives, you could just bring something that prevents revives, right? Like, you could bring an Avaris here, because he's got Element advantage over everything, and he's going to prevent the revives from things, so. Food for thought. Let's see if we can see 1, 2, 3 on each side. Let's see if we can get those open. Nope, we can't get them. Oh, they were open. Some of them were open. This might be the best that we can do. Okay. Hey, we see some Harmonias there. This is... Well, they probably didn't want to use these, though. That's why. That was probably... Oh! This... I don't think I've ever seen this. Possibly. So that's interesting. I mean, I expect to see some reused things that got taken earlier and stacked back. So, yeah, it's just going to be the same for some of those. But I'm curious to see. Hey, there we go. Some more Eunus and Lumes. Okay. Ciara Pernus. Ciara Pernus? No, not Ciara Pernus. Savannah Pernus. Savannah Pernus. Let's take a look at Squad 0. Let's see how much stuff is open here. Yeah, I think this is fine. And I really want to see where we can see the most stuff open. I feel like at the beginning. All right, let's see here, and then let's see if we can see the tail end. This is the comp for this season. Season 9 is Dominic, Molly, and Theomars. Yep. I feel like that's... Oh! Did we see this before? No, we saw the Eunus for the other one, right? I don't think we've seen Kamoon yet today, have we? I don't think so. Okay, so we see instead of Geldner, we have the Dominic here. Dominic, Ophelia Booty, and Theomars. This is just the season 9 comp right there. This more Kamoons. I didn't click on the same thing twice, right? No, because this is 5. This is 5 shield, and this is 10. 10 shield. All right. Interesting. He's got heals. He's got revives too. Actually, I think these since the Dice Magicians were buffed in the last patch, so Kung Fu Girls and Dice Magicians were buffed. I think we just clicked on this. Yeah, we just clicked on this. So that's why you're seeing more of them than before. Very interesting. I don't even remember what I've been hitting this season. Okay, not the other Kung Fu Girls. Not the light Kung Fu Girls. It's the similar defense to the other one, but it's with the dark ones. First Battle Angel. Destiny's a solid unit. She's got Ignore Defense. She's got Defense Break and Oblivion. Right there. Ignore Defense and Defense Break and Oblivion over here. And then you have Strips, and then you have Strips. And she doesn't even need Strip for skill 2. But, yeah. Scary defenses. Let's see. What do we have? 4? Let's see if we can see the 1, 2, 3s on each side. We did have a few of them open. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Okay, that's different. That's... I was going to say it's free-to-play friendly. It's not free-to-play friendly. Is anything free-to-play friendly? This could just be a reused defense. I'm not sure. But we just wanted to see some of these things that were... Hey, we see some... Some of these aren't that crazy, because the dark one was Hall of Heroes. The dark one was Hall of Heroes, right? The Dark Dice Machine. Yeah, he was Hall of Heroes. So, if you've been playing for long enough, then that is free-to-play friendly. So these are all of the ones from round 3. Let's go take a look at another server. Before we go to the Asia server, I did want to actually take a look at the round 4 ones. I took a look at these off camera. They were a little bit different for some of those, so I wanted to share them with you. For a lot of these, they are similar, but there were some that... We skipped one of those, but it doesn't really matter. There were this right here, the Kali. Just the fact that this is not even the only base with the... What were we at? 12? That was not even the only Kali base. So, let's go take a look at some of the other Kali bases. I thought that was interesting enough to mention, since, you know, if there's a free-to-play friendly unit that's in some of these bases, why not? Why not do a little... Yeah, more Kalis. Kali? 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 Which I think would surprise some people. So, I wanted to show you guys that. I thought it would be good enough to mention. We may as well take a look at the next. More Kalis. More Kalis. So, should we take a look at 1, 2, 3? Let's see if we can open those up. I'm trying to look at the bottom. Can we see the top? Can we see any... Oh man, I'm trying to show the openings on the bottom and the top. That probably could have been phrased better. Alright. Oh, wait a second. See some Eladriel. See Eladriel, see Celia, okay. Let's take a look at these. For the most part, very similar. Some of these could be reused from other bases. And some more Kalis. Thought it was interesting enough to mention. Alright, so let's take a look at this one, since we may as well. I think this is a fine spot, and then we'll try to find the... Oh! Those double Rakans, Dark Rakan and Rakan. Zeratu. So this is similar to... Because we haven't really been seeing a whole lot of Carcano. So, that's kind of similar to stuff we used to see before. Yeah, there we go. We see some more of these. It's a different base, but it's the same defense. So they did switch it up a little bit, which is expected. That's what happens. Because, so the reason that happens is, like, for the most part it's the same, but the reason that it's switched up a little bit is that they know that their opponents that they're going to be going to the next round are going to be looking at their defenses. So they want to have stuff that is different than the last round, because they're going to be preparing for what's been placed in the last round. So if they switch it up, then opponent's not prepared for that. So let's take a look at 9. Half Cleave, half Bruce. See some more Rakans. Rakan is a solid unit. Rakan's been doing very well for me personally. He's been a good friend. He's been emotionally supportive. So this is another, this is the 5 base. It's similar to, yep, similar to the 10 base. Oh, got some beast mugs. So this is, they do have quite a lot of, so they have sustain here. They have speed buffs every time she teams up with them. They're going to, number one, he's going to strip all the buffs, removes all beneficial effects, granting the enemy if it lands a critical hit. And then they have defense breaks. They have cleanse, AoE cleanse, and also AoE silence on the enemy. And then they have strips on her skill too. They have strips on there as well. What do we have? 4. All right, let's see if we could open up the 1, 2, 3 on each side. I saw it here. I saw it here. And we can't see. Can we see where they're... Yeah, I don't see any spots where... Here we are. Okay, so we can see the 1, 2 here. Some Mo Long Yan Hongs, etc., etc. This could just be a reused one. I want to check these out just in case. I get deja vu in half of these because I'm like, is this the same defense? Now we'll go to Asia. Now we're on Asia. Let's take a look at some of these defenses here for round 3. We can actually see one already. Okay. Fairly standard-ish. Oh, this is a little bit different. So we saw this with Gelnir before. Now we see it with Triana. We'll go take a look at some of these. Just make sure you rainbow it up. Stick some damage mitigation in there so you don't just get cleaved. I don't know why I'm clicking on things that are definitely not open. Stick some... Molly is just in half the bases. I think I've just gotten so used to seeing Molly that it doesn't shock me. Half the bases. If it's not Molly, it's Nora. I don't remember what we were on. Oh, there's a lot of these that are actually not open. Let's take a look at 6. Double. This... I did a gimmick defense. I was doing just gimmick defense, like 3 of a kind for all of the defenses. So I did Harmonia, Celia, and Triana. Surprisingly high win rate. Surprisingly high. This was a while ago, but not that she's the most. We see some Celia. Maybe I don't appreciate her enough. She works better in siege defense than she does in like RTA, because RTA you just play around her. Siege defense is like she could get annoying. Also, I think I had fairly good success with Carcano, Vigor, and Celia, if I recall correctly. Was that the defense? I don't know if that was the defense, but it went pretty well. Let's take a look at these 6, if we can open these up. Actually, we can. We can just go to the beginning, and we can see some of these. El Sharion. El Sharion and Sylvia is a good combination. And we see some more some twins. We see some twins. See some Darians. All right. And the other ones are fairly typical. Did we see this one? Just in case. I don't think we did, actually. All right, let's take a look at, what are we on? VRK? Let's take a look at the next one. My goodness. Everything's so fast. Already taking things. Wusa Savannah. It's a little different. It's similar, but it's a little different. Little tweaks. Oh, the dark one. Where are we? I think we're on 12. It's kind of a... Well, it's not a budget defense, but it's budgety. Budget-ish. Because this is a Hall of Heroes. So. And then this one's an easy unit to get, so it's just the beta there. Although, revive prevention would be strong here. So, the fire... Like, for example, the fire... I feel like it would be strong, the fire... Did I mention he's fire? The Surtur! The fire Surtur. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Also, he's fire. Just in case you guys didn't know, he's fire. Hey, we see some water Onimushas. I think we're on 12. Pretty nasty combination with this. Oh my goodness. Nasty, nasty stuff. Dark Hypno Meow. Okay. He's got Ignore Defense on him. We see some more Suikies here. This is a fairly budget-friendly defense. If you guys are looking for budget-friendly, you guys are like, no one is looking for budget-friendly anymore, are they? Like 5 years ago, they'd be like, yeah, I am looking for a budget-friendly defense. Nowadays, like, nah, man, I got like 35 LDs. I'm not looking for no budget defenses. Tell me how to use my Jara in defense. That's what I want to know. But we did see a Jara earlier. Let's see if we can see the 1-2-3s open up. At some point, yeah, we can see 1-2s here. See some more Wind Mages. Actually, yeah. Another budget-friendly defense. The runes may not be budget-friendly, but the units are budget-friendly. Alright, so we are on boss. What is the next one? So this guild on the left-hand side won legend on this server a few times before. Were they the most recent one? I don't know. It sounds like I'm answering a question that someone asked, but... More Tion Langs, because of course... I don't know if you guys know, my girlfriend summoned Tion Lang a couple months ago on the on her alt account, which is the account that it was an account that I gave her. So see some Dark Skulls there. What are we at? Circle 10. Hey, so this is similar to the defense that I was. Well, I think the Water Werewolf is the one that I had, which is less aggressive. But yeah, this is similar to the defense that I had set that was working pretty good. And we see some more Dominic, Molly, and Theomars. The beauty of Dominic, Molly, and Theomars is just because like it can hit whatever. It can do pure damage with the Dominic, and then some, you know, just whatever damage, element neutral damage with it's not element neutral damage. It's just, you know, crit on whatever element with Theomars. And then also, even if you try to cleave it, you don't know if Molly's passive is going to come into effect. You don't know if, and you know that Theomars is going to come into effect, right? So that's the beauty of that one. This one's another kind of, as long as you have Kinky, it's a somewhat free-to-play friendly defense. What else do we have? We saw those before with Iunu, Lulu, and Kinkies as well. This is toxic, all those team-ups. Ridiculous. Let's see if we can see the 1-2-3s. We can see the 1-2s. That's better than nothing. And twins. Twins have slowly stopped being... People have just made so many twins counters that over time... These are all damage dealers. Just the 3 damage dealers. Okay. People made so many. What are we on? And we got Goat. But people made so many twins counters that, you know, over the course of time, it's just been less effective. What do we have for 5? Hey, some more of these. I mean, that's also another budget-friendly one, as long as you have I was gonna say Water Magic Knight, the Light Magic Knight, the Water Magic Knight, guys. You know, it could work. You don't know if you got good enough runes. A lot of wacky stuff could work. So her base stats aren't crazy though. Water Magic Knight, unfortunately. This is just the Momo instead of the Dominic, but very similar to the other ones that we saw. This is again another one of these, fairly free-to-play friendly, but does require a lot of rune efficiency and a lot of speed. This is another one. I didn't click on the same base. Wait, did I click on the same base? Okay, so we see some more miles. I'm actually surprised we didn't see some more miles today. Although possibly that enough people have been building dupe Leos, and his damage is based on speed. So, increase your attack speed for each beneficial effect granted the enemies and allies, inflicts additional damage, ignores defense in proportion to your attack speed. So, I wonder if that has something to do with that. I'm not entirely sure. And we see this is another. This is a very free-to-play friendly budget defense. Again, requires very good runes, but at least the units. At least the units are there. There's another one. Okay, let's take a look at the... This is the last one, right? Let's see if we can see 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8 over here. Actually, on both sides. Let's see if we can see 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8 on both sides. What do we have 1, 2, 1, 2 at the very least. 2. Hey, there we go. Again. 6 and 7. Tanky tank leader skill, damage mitigation of some kind, and another tanky bruiser. Standard thing. 6 and 7. Okay. Hey, there's some more Mashas. I was surprised we actually didn't see more Mashas. But maybe people are just so used to like understanding how to counter Masha well from all of the Masha everywhere in RTA. But then again, if they understood how to counter Masha well, there would be less Masha in RTA. So, some more free-to-play friendly stuff. We're at 2, and let's take a look at 1. There we go. There we go. All right, guys. Anyway, that's it for this one. We do this every season. I feel like we see there was a lot of here and there. I think the real winners were Dominic, Molly, as always in every season. Molly, because it's all RNG, right? So Dominic, Molly, Theomars. We saw some Dice Magicians. We saw some more mages. Less Nana and more of the other ones than we are used to. We saw a bunch of Noras here and there. We saw less Rileys, actually, than last season, if I recall correctly. And then we also saw a crap ton of Lumays, because she was just buffed. So, I don't think we saw... the Dark one as well, but I don't think we saw the other ones, did we? The Dice Magicians were kind of the shockers, though. I didn't realize as many people were going to actually... Because we saw the Fire one, we saw the Wind one, we saw the... We didn't see any Water ones! I thought at least we were going to see some... They do ignored maybe defense. On defense, they're probably going to do all the ignored defense. On offense, they're probably going to do nothing. I'm sure people tested them and they were like, no, it doesn't work. But in theory, could work. Could work. But you'd have to build it as a super bruiser and... Yeah, because I actually did test it. I did test it on defense. So anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys get something out of it. Maybe steal some of the free-to-play friendly defenses or whatever. I will see you as always in the next one.